If you want to start hitting your shots in Gym Class VR, I'm going to break down everything you need to know in order to do it. If you want to see a shot go in, you need to understand the assist setting. In the menu, there's a section on the bottom right corner that you can click into 3 modes. This is the assist toggle, and each of these 3 modes changes how easy it is to both shoot and dribble. You have no assist, medium assist, and high assist. If you're new to the game, I highly recommend turning this on high just to get your feet wet in the game. So here we are in my personal favorite court, the new 2 Sport Park in Gym Class. This is where I'm going to break down shooting for you. For starters, if you hit the options button on the left controller, you'll see 2 options: shot power and wrist angle. Shot power is how much power you use in your shot, and wrist angle changes if the ball goes more to the right, to the left, or directly down the middle. So now that we got that down, how do you shoot? Spawn in a basketball, and whichever hand the ball is in, grip the controller. In order to grip, make sure you hold the side button of the controller. It should feel like you're actually squeezing the controller. Now, to just get us started, I want you to raise the ball up to your forehead, stop, and release your grip of the controller. Now, all I want you to do is flick your wrist with your fingers pointing at the rim. Do this in 4 steps. Grip the ball, raise it to your forehead, release the grip, then flick your wrist. For this step, don't worry about jumping, don't worry about moving around, just take some stationary shots. Most people believe that when shooting, all of the power comes from your arms, but that's not the case. Your arms help build momentum for the shot, but the power comes from your wrist. So, if you want more power in your shot, make sure to flick your wrist a little bit harder. After you take a few shots, this is when you calibrate your shot power and wrist angle. Now, Gym Class actually has a function in-game that allows you to do this automatically. If you go to practice in the play section, head over to setup shot calibration, it will take you through a demo that helps you automatically calibrate your shot. And here's how you do it. First, you're going to spawn in a ball by pressing Y or B on the controller. And then you're going to grip the ball and raise it to your forehead. The first shot you take, the ball's going to disappear, but that's okay because it's calibrating your shot. Now, all you need to do is the same exact thing 5 more times. And once you do that, the game will automatically have a calibration for how it thinks you shoot. But what are these calibrations? And how can you customize them manually? Well, let me break that down. If you're noticing that you're undershooting every shot, you're going to want to increase the shot power. I would do this in increments of 5, adjusting it by 5, then taking a few shots, then adjusting it again and taking a few more shots will allow you to really see what number works best for you. If you're overshooting a shot, make sure to lower the shot power in increments of 5. And if you're noticing that the ball is getting really close to the rim but not quite there, all you need to do is put a little more flick in your wrist. Now it's time for the shot angle. If you've noticed all of your shots are naturally going to the right or to the left, that's because when you're snapping your wrist at the end of each shot, it's slightly flicking to either side and not directly in front of you. To fix this, you can do one of 2 things. You can either focus on flicking your wrist directly forward to autocorrect the slight angle to your shot, or you can use the wrist angle dial to automatically adjust your wrist angle by moving the meter more to the left or more to the right. By moving the meter into the negatives, the ball will shoot more to the left. By moving the bar into the positives, the ball will shoot more to the right. This again should be adjusted only in increments of 5. And what you'll notice when you do this is you'll actually see the wrist angle of your hand in VR adjust. This will also give you a clear sign as to whether or not you're adding too much to it or it looks just right. Now, once you find the settings that's consistently allowing you to make shots without jumping, you have your shot calibrated. And after a few practice shots, you can start speeding up the overall process. So instead of going from step 1 to step 2 and step 3, you can blend it all together for one fluid motion. But I know what you're thinking. What about a proper jump shot? In game, you won't be able to shoot set shots every time. So let's talk about how to add a jump shot to this process. To jump, you have 2 settings you can use: button jump and squat jump. I would recommend you use squat jump as it's the most immersive and requires the least amount of thinking when using. But if you like the more traditional video game controller experience, you can use the button jump. The squat jump requires you to hold the A button down and do a squat to trigger the jump. Once you rise up, your character in-game will jump. Make sure you hold the button all the way until you've actually launched into the air. Now, button jump means you hold the jump button down and release the button in order to jump. No squatting necessary. I personally prefer the squat jump because it allows me to continue into a fluid shooting motion without having to think about my timing when clicking the button. The final step is to put all of this together, and for this, you can go back to doing it in a step-by-step manner. Grip the ball, hold the jump button, squat, rise, and once you're in the air, put the ball to your forehead and flick with your wrist. You can even add an extra little bit of power by fully extending your arms out when you shoot. And a bonus thing you can do is head over to your settings by clicking your face in the menu and going to settings, and change the settings to in-game green sounds on. When you do this, you'll actually see green release particles over the rim every time you shoot. This will tell you whether or not you perfect your release or you have a great release. Seeing this helps you understand what you need to keep doing when shooting. With this breakdown, you should have everything you need in order to hit shots consistently in gym class. And remember, practice makes perfect, but with these tools, you should definitely be ahead of the curve.